Phat and Spicy Show, rocking the airwaves. Don't you know? They'll make you laugh, they'll make you sing. Just see us talking about everything. Oh, the Phat and Spicy Show. Spark, smile wherever they go. The Phat and Spicy.
Fuck Phat and Spicy.
Yeah, but we had fun, right? Like it wasn't a bad time. It was actually entertaining. It was a good time. I enjoyed doing it.
I had fun because I didn't lose any money. That's why I had fun.
No, what did you cash out? You made like a buck something, didn't you? Or did you
No,
break even?
I just broke even. I broke even. But you remember, I was down to the last quarters, dude. I was down to my last quarters, dude. And by the grace of Shabalba, you know what I'm saying, whoever it is, you know, like I came back up $12 strong, dude. I was like, oh my gosh.
And then we gambled it all the way back down. I say we because I was right there by your side.
Yeah, I know, dude.
Speaking of which, you made me some fucking money the other night, dude. Together we made I think I cashed out what $170 horse racing?
Dude,
160?
You know, I'm not big on gambling, dude. I've faced the facts and I've just agreed with the universe that it just doesn't want me to win like that. You know what I'm saying? I might win, but it's gonna have to be through hard work and perseverance. You know what I'm saying? Like
you picked a couple of those horses though, man. You knew.
I look, I can pick other things, you know what I'm saying? But I can't pick for myself. You know, like I can't tell you the last time I won a scratch out, dude. This is crazy.
Do you buy them?
I bought some a couple I want to say last week or the week before that I bought and I didn't hit, dude. It was just a waste of money, dude. And maybe people were like, you know, maybe it's like oh, you gotta manifest it, you gotta want it, you gotta bring the good energy, the good vibes, and I don't know, dude. You know, hey.
Maybe there's something to be said for that.
I will say this though. I will say this. I didn't start winning until I stopped caring.
Scared money don't make money.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, that's just how it is. Let me tell you a story, but you're talking about energy. So real quick, some background. My parents were hardcore gamblers. I was playing bingo at the age of 13 because that's the minimum age they started bringing me. And the only reason they played bingo was because the only thing they could bring me to. And I was a winner, dude. Even the old people got upset. They're like, how is he of age to be winning? They're like, hey, he's 13. He's the right age to play bingo here. When I turned 18, my dad started hitting the card rooms up in Vancouver, Washington. Now it's like a casino. They have blackjack, poker, all that shit. What they don't, it's all table games. They don't have slot machines. And I started learning the finer points of blackjack. And the whole time we have Portland Meadows up there in Portland, bro. And I learned how to bet the horses. So one day I'm sitting at that casino up there in Vancouver, Washington, and I'm playing a game called Let It Ride. One of the best hands you can get, of course, is the 4 of a kind. And the lady said it. She goes, man, some guy at the table earlier was talking about getting 4 of a kind. I feel like I'm going to give it away. It was like 3 hands later. I look at my hand. I got 2 queens. Her card, she flips over the first one, 3 queens. Then she flips over the fucking 4th one, and the table goes nuts. It was the 4th queen. Amazing. And I got paid. I made like $800 off that hand. Fast forward about a year later, I'm at a different card room on the same block up there in Vancouver. There was like 4 card rooms in this little area. And I'm talking to this lady, and I was like, I was across the street about a month ago or so, and I hit 4 of a kind. And some guy was like, oh, what was it, Queens? And we start talking about 4 of a kind, 4 of a kind, 4 of a kind. And the dealer says it. She goes, you know what? Somebody's going to hit 4 of a kind tonight. I can feel it. We're talking about it. It's out there. I got 4 sixes, dude. Like 2, 3 hands later. And again, the table went nuts. I bought a round of drinks for the table. I gave her like $50 tip. I mean, it's funny though how that does happen, you know? Yeah. Like sometimes the universe manifests its energy, bro.
You're right. Like I said, I've never been real skeptical about it. You know, I feel like, I mean, it's just kind of one of those things, you know, like when I tell you all the time, if you focus on the negative, that's all you'll ever see, right? In the world, that's all you'll ever, so that's all there'll ever be is negativity. So, you know, maybe it is, man. Maybe it is. People believe in manifestation, you know, so why not? If they tell you to write your goals down and look at them and visualize them every day until they happen, you know,
there's a lot of people that put a lot of stock in that. No
But there's
shame in saying it.
but and there's also a lot of people that lose thousands of fucking dollars, every fucking day trying to. I feel it. This is it. This is the one. This is the one. This is the one.
20 minutes before the show, you and I were doing pre-show, and you were playing your game, and I was watching a horse race. I lost $20 on a horse, and it's on favorite. It just happens, and you can't take your losses. You have to learn to enjoy losing when
Yeah,
you gamble.
yeah.
But it's cool. It was fun to sit with you and pick some horses and watch you do the scratchies and shit. That was fun.
Did you ever? Did you ever? Did you ever think?
I can't hear you. You're muted, buddy. No, you pushed the button. So anyway, in the absence of dead air, uh, no, I still can't. You see on your little by your name, it says you're muted still. So maybe you did that. You clicky something. Where's Laws when you need her, man? Pushing the buttons for us. Still nothing. That's okay. You know what we didn't do while he's fixing that is we didn't do a proper intro. Welcome to the Phat and Spicy Show. That's Phat. I'm Spicy. And yeah, we're just two guys talking about everything, don't you know? So yeah, this is what we do. Yesterday we played some Critical Idiots. It's one of our shows where we play D&D. You can find us on our YouTube channel. That was a lot of fun. We are guys. Next Monday, you have to tune in to Critical Idiots. It's what is it like 3 p.m. Eastern time we start, guys. We are in the middle of an adventure. We're balls deep in a dungeon. Can you hear me now? Say something, buddy. Can you hear me? Normally I love editing, but I want to keep this in. This is funny. Nothing. No,
Is
we
there
need to
anything?
please
Is there
stand
anything
by.
on audio?
Oh, there you are. What's going on, man? Oh, you went muted again. What'd you do? You keep fiddling with that thing. I heard you for a second. It's like I was channeling the ghost of Fatsy. He reached through the ether for a moment and tickled my brain. I could feel it way down in my plums. Well, whenever there's a silence, it's a good time to drink beer. I am not drinking anything special. Didn't bring anything home from the brewery or anything like that. I've just got the Coors tonight. It's my standby. It's got some flavor, more flavor than Budweiser, in my opinion. It's not terrible, not terrible indeed, and it's cold. Which, when you're doing a show, you need to water the pipes to keep it going. Where's my boy? You did something. I could hear you for a second. Anyway, yeah, we got some mic issues, guys. We're gonna work this out. Bear with us. I'm not gonna prattle on too much, but while we were on the subject of gambling, why not? I got the mic. Sorry, Fats, you're gonna hear me prattle. There's a lot of casino table games out there I enjoy. Let It Ride is fun, but we call these carnival games. They're flashy, they're quick, they offer huge payouts. That's why blackjack usually pays 1 to 1 because you have a house edge. And man, I'm going to tell you guys, there's nothing worse than when you're sitting at a blackjack table and the guy comes in and he's some drunk bro and he starts talking about his blackjack strategy and the dealer's got a 6 or even the dealer's got a 10. And what's he do? He splits his 20. Fucks it up for the whole. Oh, no, not yet. You did something after that went off though. Yeah, not yet. No, see, you messed with that cable again. You got another cable? Oh, Mama Lisa redeemed hydrate. I better do that. Nope, not yet. Not yet. Can you call in on the studio phone? I'm just saying. You got your holder for it, right? It's crazy. This has never happened before. Damn, guys, we were in the middle of a great conversation too. If there's anybody out there in the audience while you're waiting, are there any gambling thingies that you Absolution sitting back there it is in his room just I think if he was going to will anybody to say nothing more, it would be me. My wife says I talk more than 7 barbers. What do I know? Oh, hello?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
No, you can?
Yeah. And we're
Well,
back.
there we go. There we go. Okay, good. I don't know what's going on. Don't get mad at me.
I'm not mad at anybody, man.
Don't get mad at me.
I got to sit here and yap for 4 minutes. It was wonderful.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I think something. I went to just extend my microphone out a little bit, and I'm assuming that maybe my cable's just in a janky position. So I'll probably have to get another cable eventually.
I did
But
that.
yeah,
You remember when I used to have that problem where I'd move it and it would just
yeah.
new
I
cable
remember.
solved it.
That's what I'm saying. So I might have to get a new cable. That's all it is. We'll
Yeah.
get that ordered soon enough. But yeah, dude, going back to what we were talking about, man, manifestation and all that,
You said, "Have I ever?" And then
have
you
you
went mute.
ever, have I ever, have you or have I ever?
Have I ever? Have Spicy ever? We were talking about
Oh,
gambling and
oh
manifest.
yeah, I was telling you, I was like, did you ever sit there? I was thinking about it. I was like, did you ever think about how technology and the advancement with technology would affect gambling, like as far as even with online gambling, like we were doing, because we were betting at the track, but we weren't at the track. Like I
Right.
was spinning slot machines, and I wasn't at the slot machines.
Well, now a little known spicy secret is I have a website that I go to that analyzes previous horse races, horse tracks, the jockey, the horse. It puts them together, and AI will pick the winners of the race. And I use that as one of my tools as a last resort. And I'll tell you why it's as a last resort. It's about right 2% of the time.
Really?
Yeah, I was looking at it today and there was some horse that they put at the very fucking bottom. And that was the one that won. And it won by a lot. Like, AI sucks. Sometimes I don't look at the AI until after the race just for fun, because I don't trust it. But yeah, AI is being introduced into gambling. Not only that, but what do you think about like the live online casinos that you can gamble at, like
Yeah,
where
that's
they'll
that's
deal the
that's
cards?
that's yeah, man. I see that too. I'm seeing that people just go on there and they're just like, hey, here you go, and you're playing blackjack with a lady or a man just dealing you cards, and
And they're saying
yeah,
your
they're
name.
talking to you. Yeah.
Hello, Spicy. You have blackjack.
So let me ask you something. Do you think that this, in all seriousness, do you think that this is a positive thing for society?
Online gambling.
Mhm.
As long as you have American greed, or just let's not even say that. As long as you have human greed, you're going to have people that want to gamble. And as long as you have people that want to gamble, they're going to find new and innovative ways. Back in the days, they used to just remember in the Bible, it said the Roman soldiers threw or cast lots for Jesus's clothes. Basically, they were throwing dice almost. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
There was gambling back then. Now you got it, 20 years ago, I used to go to the track with my dad and you could sit there and watch him race and feel the hoof prints. Now I can sit here in my studio. I've got 3 laptops and I can have 5 different races going and betting on all of them from all around the world. We were betting on the Japan horse races on the other night. Remember?
Yeah.
Remember we were betting in Japan.
Yeah,
Even
no,
the writing on the TV was in
Australia. We were
Japanese.
Australian
Australia,
in
you know,
Japan.
all over the world is what they offer now. I mean, that's the worldwide with. And so, what's the next step where you can put on VR and now I'm gambling for real in a casino at Caesar's Palace in Vegas, throwing dice.
I mean, why not? You're already doing it. You know what I mean? They already have gambling games. You know what I'm saying? They already have the Poker World
Oh
Championship. You know,
no, they got more than that. They have uh Poker Stars did something called Vegas Infinite, and I love it. It's for Oculus, and you go to their casino and you can play craps, blackjack, roulette, poker, slot machines, all kinds of cool different little things like that. It's a lot of fun,
I think
but
with
you can't
that
gamble for
is,
real.
I think I'm about to say, I think the biggest thing with not gambling for real is the issue with hackers, right?
No,
With getting into the
maybe.
system, getting into the like. I mean, and you're talking about. I'm not talking about just like even hacking the system. I'm talking about exploiting, you know, bugs, glitches,
Mm.
because you know that that's big in the online gaming community.
So where I've lived, it's pretty hard to. They don't really let you gamble online at the casinos. Like you get like where you're at, you're allowed to buy those things online. You can't do that here. But horse racing is one thing they do allow because there's horse racing in the state of California. If there were no tracks in California, then you'd never they wouldn't allow it here. You know what I mean? Just like you can't get it there. You're trying to get an account the other night for that and you couldn't find it.
Mm. But again,
So
like I mean, there was I think a glitch with I think was it Chase or one of the banks where people were able to essentially put the amount of a check in and put the check in and even and you could withdraw the funds before it bounced.
oh well that was a thing with a lot of banks back in the like
Yeah.
90s. Shit, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I did it once
We got him.
and
We
then
got him, guys. We
wait,
got him.
wait,
Oh
it
yeah.
gets better. It worked. It gave me like $200. Spit it out. It didn't even check the check. It just made sure that the now I think it just checks the routing numbers and it's like, is this real or not? I don't know.
So it
And I
wasn't
went to
okay. So it
wait.
wasn't a glitch. It was just simple. It
I
was
went,
just the program itself, right?
yeah, but I went to go do it again. And I put my card in. I put the check in. Boop boop boop. C Bank or C Teller, and it kept my card. So they had a failsafe. Somehow it knew that it happened once, it's going to happen again. You know what I mean? Even back then, you could get away with a lot of shit back in the 90s. It's not like I tried, but
I can
who's that?
imagine. I can imagine. So I can imagine you could get away with a lot of things when it first when it first came out and technologies first started to go online and banking started to go online. I'm pretty sure there was a lot of like crazy shady stuff that was going on. Uh, I want to say I was ahead of the curve with learning how to use computers, but I was not ahead of the curve as far as learning how to use computers. I know how to use basic PCs, but them guys that were running old Macintosh computers and breaking them down and had these huge, that were just already, already way ahead of their time.
Yeah.
Those guys are crazy. Those guys are real like pioneers.
So it makes me think that going bringing it back around full circle. Oh man, I'm sorry. My fucking eyes are killing me today.
So, guys, it was a testament to how
Going
stupid society is that they would actually defraud themselves. Now they're all going to jail, and Chase is doing a major face palm at the DC. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I saw where they
But
were
you know what?
actually taking. They were actually going and opening lawsuits up on these people. So,
Think think about it.
but they
From the
still didn't do anything
earliest
about those PPE loans, right?
no, no, well, that's all done. No,
I
nobody's
should have
getting any
got me a
money.
PPE loan.
Did you not get anything?
I got the standard relief, but I didn't apply for a PPE. I don't have a business.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you something. California flooded us with money.
I bet.
They even sent my kids each one. I got 3 kids. EBT card with like $700 on it for food each.
Whoa, man.
Like every 6 months, every 4 months, something like that. I don't remember what it was, but like my wife is like, "What the shit is this?" Plus all my kids. Did you do the did your daughter have to do the Zoom school learning during the
The
pandemic?
online? Yeah, we did online.
Yeah. I hated that. I absolutely hated it.
She loved it. I hated it. She loved it.
Oh, my kids dug it, right? They got to get up late. They were only in class for like what, 3 hours maybe?
Yeah.
And then
Get out
Fortnite
of
the
here.
rest of the day. And does your kid get homework?
They do. She does still get homework. Now it's not a lot. It's not like, man, I tell you, I don't know what it is, but I know when I was growing up and I was in school, man, we got homework every day and on the
Out the
weekends.
ass. Out the ass. Yeah, holidays.
Like, and it was like the thing about it is now she'll get homework every once in a while, and it'll only be from like 1 or 2 classes. You
California
know, like
doesn't
man,
give my kids homework.
like when I was in school, I got PE homework. I was getting homework from the lunch lady.
It's like you better bring home 16 hamburgers tomorrow. Okay.
No, man,
Okay, I got to jump topics, but it just hit my
but
head because
I get
I'm
it though.
remembering
I get it though. The whole thing with
what.
the homework thing and teach them at school, and home is for home.
Well, see, that's what my teacher said, right? He goes, "Well, did you ever really learn anything when you did homework, or were you just miserable the whole time?" This is what my kids' teacher said when I said, "How come there's no homework?" Because I remember, dude, I remember on Thanksgiving, they're like, "You need to write a 500-word essay about what you did on Thanksgiving." I'm like, "Can I just not enjoy the fucking holiday, please?" No, I'm sitting at the kitchen table while all the other families in the living room writing what I did this Thanksgiving. My dad made a turkey.
Right? I think that was one of the dumbest things. Like, what did you do over summer break? Not thinking
Yeah,
about this bullshit. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Not expect to come back and
absolutely
have to
being a
fucking tell
kid.
you about it. you know? Like, what did you think?
How did you find How
Huh?
did you find your education? Like, what did you get the normal school learning where it was like you go to different classes and like you're in one, like science in one room and history in another, or did you take them all in one? How was that for you?
No, we went to school. There was a moment of silence, the Pledge of Allegiance, you know, and yeah, we went to homeroom and then we went to our classes.
Hmm.
Granted, I wish that my school was one of the schools that had offered like something to do with acting or plays, or
Your
something like
drama
that
club.
was artistic,
Hmm.
creativity. I wish there was we had agricultural, we had
4-H.
4-H, yeah, FFA, Future Farmers of America. We had military, we had sports, obviously, and that's about it. So,
Right on.
and then we had band, and I was in band. So that was like the
What'd
most
you play?
That's the most creative thing that I could get. I
What'd you
played
play?
trumpet. I played trumpet,
Okay.
dude. So I was actually
I
in
enjoyed
marching
band.
band as well. So
Really?
yeah, I was out there marching on the field, dude. Trying to remember steps, trying not to trip over and bust my teeth out.
Did you have the little music stand like you see them on the
On
top of
the
the
end,
instrument?
yeah, yeah.
Was it the
All
whole
that stuff.
song or was it like key stuff?
No, it's the whole thing.
That's
It's the
cool.
whole thing. Well, it's our part of the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Awesome.
but it was fun. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I was in band for like 3 years straight. I think
Nice.
2 or 3 until I got kicked out.
If you got a horn in your hand, do you think you could play it?
Ha! I could play it. Something would come out. What
Something would come out.
if something would come out? Would it if it would sound good? I don't know.
Hey,
I
some
don't
jazz
know.
band out there is like, that's the right sound for us.
I knew he was a
No, that's trumpeter. You missed the T.
a trumpeteer. That's what I am.
Trumpeteer.
Oh man. Oh dude. Speaking of Trump, dude, this election's got everybody on their fucking back toes, dude.
I'm not. I'm.
I
You
mean,
know
I'm
me.
not. I'm not worried about it. I told
I'm
everybody
liberal,
I went
and I'm not
ahead
worried about it.
and I made my little. I said my piece on my full social media, dude. And I was like, look, I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't care. I don't care. I was like, vote, shut up. I don't care. I
Yeah.
was like, I don't want to see it. I don't care who you voted for. I don't care. I was like, if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. If I got love for you, I got love for you. That's simple as that. I don't care who you vote for. I don't care. But no, dude, I'm going down my feed. I'm seeing people's family talking about, oh, well, you might want to delete me then, because blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what is wrong with you guys? Like, what is wrong with society? Like, at what point did having a different view about something just become the day? That was it. That's the be all of be alls. You know,
Well,
like
what's really funny is I had a friend of mine that had that on their feed. It was like, and we have the same politics. And like, oh, if you agree with Trump, delete me now. I almost deleted her just for fucking posting that.
yeah,
And we have the
exactly.
same political ideals. Like, don't do this.
And like, dude, look. So like, I was telling Kylie, she was like, oh look, this is my aunt. I was like, look at this. I was like, well, if that's how they feel, delete them, block them, delete them. I don't care. I was like, I'll tell you
Yeah.
why. Because if that's all it takes for somebody to flip the script on you and just be like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what, we don't exist to each other no more. If that's all it takes, if that's how flaky you are as a person, then you don't need to be in my life. You don't need
We're
to be
good.
around me.
Yeah.
Good riddance.
If
Good
if you're
riddance to you.
willing to do that on this aspect, what are you going to do on something else? How are you going to feel when there's another topic that comes up or another topic? How much can you hate me? It's like fuck
I'm
you.
telling you. But the crazy part about it is what I was getting at was the backlash that I'm seeing with this. People are all like, "Oh, now we're gonna turn on each other." I was looking at a comment one day when where somebody was talking about, they were talking about it basically, if there was gonna be not a race war, or if it was a kind of a Trump versus Kamala voters war after the elections, and that they and it was a video basically of somebody assaulting another person. No pretext, no context, just a video of that with a little title on it that says, it's starting.
Mhm. But that's
Exactly.
somebody inciting right there. They're
Yeah.
lighting the match.
Yeah, exactly. And then you got a list of all these people on there, and I look and I'm looking, I'm reading all these people, and I'm just shaking my head, and I see a comment here, and I says, and it's one dude that says, "Oh, is it starting now?" I was like, "Because if it is, my neighbor and his kids are the first ones that gotta go." I'm like,
So
"What?
you, so you've already
What?"
see no. I how
I'm like, "Dude, you need to be on the list. You talking about killing some people's kids? What's wrong with you?"
I don't understand where we've gotten to this point on either side where this is where we are with politics or science versus religion or whatever. Look, absolution, he's a good friend of ours, great friend. We've had long talks about many different things, and he and I agree on certain things. And at no point do I disrespect or think any less of that man. I still have the same respect and love, just like you and me. When we talk off air, you and I have gotten heated with ideals off air, just talking like we talk here.
Oh yeah.
And at the end, it's like, hey man, I got to go to bed. Love you. What do you say? Love you
Love you
too.
too.
And next
That's
week
it.
we're doing the show and we're talking about something completely different that doesn't matter. Discussion is important. Hate is wrong.
But at the same time, what we do, dude, we either agree or disagree, or we find common ground.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the
And
day,
there's a surprising
what you
lot of common
believe
ground.
doesn't affect me at all. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Now, obviously,
especially
if you
since we're on
believe,
the other side of the country from each other.
yeah, exactly. Now, obviously, there are some beliefs that will get you, and feeling some type of way, you know. But then again, if that was the case, we wouldn't be friends in the first place. We
Right.
wouldn't even be in the same circle. So, but so there are those things, obviously that can lead, those beliefs that can lead somebody to be like, hey, I can't fuck with Spicy anymore. He worships the devil.
Right. Yeah. Well, you know what? My dad asked me that. He says, you're an atheist. You worship the devil. I'm like, no, I don't believe in anything.
Yeah.
I don't
But
believe
I
in a
think
devil
I
because
think
to
this.
believe in a devil, you got to believe in a
I'll tell you
God.
this. I'll tell you, even if you did, and I'm not saying you do, but even if you did, I don't think that'd be enough for me to sit there and be like, away from me. Like you don't deserve to breathe the same air as me. Now, if you're out there sacrificing animals and stuff, I'm be like, hey, look, man, I can't get down with that.
All right, let me ask you this on the down low, on the deal. Just say that you've known me for as long as you've known me. And then all of a sudden, yeah, I'm like, by the way, did you know that I'm a Satanist? It would
Like
have no impact
I
on
can,
your life. And
like
also,
I can see
would
it.
you, what clue was there that I had ever been like? You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, yeah,
two things that you don't need to tell anybody who you voted for and what your religion is. You just don't have to.
yeah.
one of the Democrats that came into the bar. He was like, "Hey, Lacey, who'd you vote for?" I'm like, and I voted for the same person he did. And I was like, I just don't talk about this at the bar, man.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
I just
no.
don't.
People don't know how to deal with it. They don't know how to deal with being different. They don't know how to deal with the general concept, general idea of, hey, we can coexist. You know, it's simple. This
By the
this
way,
this right here.
we
This is it. This is
skin
where
people.
this is where COVID came into play, right?
No, dude, this has been
We're
going
talking about
on.
conspiracies.
This has been going on well before COVID. Thick skinned
No,
people,
no,
and they
no.
were
This
doing
this
participation
was my thing,
trophies for
right?
years.
This was my thing. All right, all right. I will say this. I'm one of those believers that think COVID was made up. Okay, like it was fabricated. It was created. I don't say it's a lie. I'm not saying it wasn't there, but something was put in the something was created, and it was
Wait. Are you saying that there was no disease, or are you
no, no,
saying
no.
that it was
I'm saying it
because
was man made. No fucking it wasn't
oh
no coming
fuck
from
yeah,
no
it was
vats.
man made.
No damn way.
Absolute dude, it was yes.
Okay, so I believe and I believe it was done for a reason.
Well, they're
One
weaponizing
one
shit
testing.
all the time.
Two, if you and this is just me. This is just me. Go ahead and hit the disclaimer.
I should have hit this disclaimer before we even started the show.
Yeah, right.
The views expressed on the Fat and Spicy Show do not represent PNS Studios, although they
So,
kind of do.
right. I tell you, this is just me. Again, this is me being crazy in my little nut jar, whatever you want to call me. Okay, that's fine. So, when I looked at it, I know it was affecting children as well, but it was mostly affecting the older generation that was already lungs already going out.
Yeah.
Couldn't get up. Was already on their ends. I feel like it was meant to take them out because of the simple fact, if you look at the narrative, if I was looking to, let's say, take over a village, right? I'm a feudal lord. I'm looking to take over a village. And who is going to give me the biggest run for my money? Who is going to give me the biggest pushback? If I'm giving
Ooh.
you guys, if I'm saying, hey, I'm going to make it easier on everybody, everybody's going to be easy. It's going to be an easy life for everybody. Everybody gets opinions. Everybody gets this. Everybody matters. And everything's going to be free. All right. I'm appealing to a certain audience, right? So, who wants everything easy? What generation? Realistically.
The fucking millennials.
Okay, the younger generation.
Yeah, the
Right?
younger generations. Well,
All right.
but
So,
every generation says that.
but I'm gonna tell you
My
right now.
dad said that.
But look at it like this, because they say it because there's no wisdom. There's no you haven't lived long enough, and there are some that have, but majority of people haven't lived long enough to sit there and say, "Damn, I get what my parents said. I understand what my parents tried to tell me." Does that make sense?
Dude, I had that moment when I was like 37, 38.
Right?
My
That
twins were
moment of
like
clarity.
3. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I was the shit. Instead of
Right.
my parents hate me and everything's going wrong in my life. It's like, no, you know what? I'm the dick.
Yeah. So
I
so
was
okay,
a
so
dick as
so
a kid.
thinking about that again, going back into that mindset. If I'm trying to take over this village, who is likely, what generation is likely to give me the biggest pushback and not agree and not go along with what I want?
Oh, the kids.
No, 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 not the kids. If I'm giving everything to the kids,
You're telling okay, I see what you're saying. No, no, no. Okay, so you don't want the old because the old people don't want change. They want it
because
the
the
way
old
it's
people
been. They
don't want
like, yeah.
change.
But
They're the ones that are gonna go to the cap. They're the ones that are gonna go and be like, hey, no, we ain't dealing with this shit. Hell no.
I got a
You know?
theory on why though.
So you take that and you say, wow, what do I gotta do? If I want to take this village over, what do I gotta do? I either gotta, one, figure out a way to win over the old people, or two, figure out a way to silence the old people. So, boom.
Well, but there are
That's
certain
just my
political
theory.
parties
That's
that
just me.
embrace the old
That's
people
just me.
because
Again,
they vote.
that's just me. Exactly. So, you know, uh, I feel, again, I do feel like the younger generation has a lot of opinions. However, I don't feel that they have the proper knowledge or skill to assess a situation in all of its wholeness. Instead of them saying, "Oh, it's point A to point B," okay, that's fine. Oh, well, if I want it, I just go get it. You're right. You're right. If you want it, you can go get it. That's exactly
Yeah.
right. But they don't think about the chain reaction. They don't think about what's going to happen if I move that treasure from that pedestal in Indiana Jones. All I know is I want that, and it's right there. They don't know that They don't know that big boulder's going to come out.
You talking about the old people?
No, the younger generation.
The younger generation.
It's
Okay.
just I want it. I'm gonna go get it. I ain't got time to wait.
Yeah,
That's very
that's
much
true.
how they are.
Especially in the TikTok generation, which is what this new generation is going to go down as, is they're going to be known as talkers or tickers or whatever. It's going to be something. I coined it right here on the Fat and Spicy Show. Figure it the fuck out and pay me my royalties. Um, because there's no attention span. I have two kids, two twin boys that are straight A students, amazing in school, focus, study hard. When they come home, you cannot sit them down to watch a 2 hour movie. It won't happen. They're often doing something else halfway through. The attention span, or they're on their phone or doing something else. You know what I mean? It's other occupation because they just don't have the attention span. I can sit and read a book. They don't. I got to force them to read sometimes at home,
You want to
which I'm
know?
not.
You want to
You
know?
know,
I thought about this the other day, and I thought about it. I want to say yesterday, as a matter of fact. I thought about it, and I completely agree with you that it is very
you bring me a.
uh,
Sorry.
it's very much what you say it is, and that there's no attention span. They have no patience. And I thought about it, and I said, well, what can I do as a parent to help my daughter not be one of those kids,
Good
especially my
question.
2-year-old. My
Oh
10-year
yeah.
old, I got to limit her phone time. Limiting her phone time. Hey, give the phone a break. Go outside, get some air, touch some grass. You know what I'm saying? So, but my 2-year-old, again, I got to figure out what can I do with her. You know what I started? You know what I started doing? I started letting her watch live television. Live television for
Really?
her car. She still watches cartoons, but I started making her watch live television. And I'll tell you why.
News?
No, just live cartoons, like the live TV. Not
Oh,
not
okay.
not YouTube.
I
Because
see
that's
what you're saying. It's not on demand. You have to wait for that schedule and sit through it for the next. Dude,
exactly. So now
that's a good idea.
now it's patience. Now you're learning patience. And I thought about it. I was like, where did we come? Because it happens to us as well. When we sit there and we scroll, I don't want to wait. I'm looking at YouTube. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that little 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 skip. Boom. I don't want to hear that. I want my
Oh,
music.
yeah.
So it's affecting us. So I'm like, well, what? And I thought about it. I was like, what was it that stopped us from skipping? It was commercials. It was commercials.
It was
And
commercials.
boom. I was like, that's it. That's patience. You got up, you got your snack, you went to the bathroom, and you waited. You
Or
waited
you
for your
watch the
show to come
commercial.
on.
I love the commercials.
Yeah, you watched the commercials. You saw the new toys and stuff. I was like, boom. Simple as that. And
Yeah.
that's what I started doing with my 2-year-old.
Dude, fucking father of the year over here. I think you should like send this into some Dr. Spock shit and write a new book. That's some good shit. Dude, I like that. I think
But it
that's
makes
wise.
sense, right?
It absolutely
It teaches
does.
patience. It breaks that habit of now, because my daughter before it would be like, uh-oh, daddy, uh-oh. And I'm like, what's going on? Oh, it's just an ad. I'm like, baby, you gotta wait.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta wait. So
Is it broken the cycle?
she's getting better. She'll sit there
It's
and
getting
she'll
better.
watch. Or she'll get up and go play. And then she'll come back.
All right.
So, like I said, it's I don't want her to have to be stimulated like that.
Yeah.
She shouldn't walk around 24/7 stimulated out of her damn mind.
No.
She's 2 years old.
No.
Yes, this is the time where she's her imagination's kicking in and everything. But I want her to learn these core values at an early age. I want her to learn patience. I want her to learn, how to express herself. When she's upset, we go through the motions. We're like, are you hungry? Are you upset? Are you happy? And we go through the motions because it's important to be able to express yourself nowadays instead of just be angry all the time. I'll tell you this, and I'll tell everybody here that's watching. I'm a firm believer that I believe that anger is not a real emotion.
How so?
Anger to me is a reaction. It's a reaction from failing to understand your emotions. So when I sit there and somebody talks to me and says, "Why didn't you clean the table like I asked you to?" Hey, who the fuck you talking to? Like even though it didn't come off weird, even though it didn't come off mean. Hey, I asked you to clean the table. You could at least clean the table. I'm like, well, why I gotta do it? Defense mechanism. I'm angry.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why am I angry? Because I feel embarrassed. I feel ashamed because I was scolded. So therefore, ergo reaction.
I dig
Instead
that.
of me saying, "Hey, I didn't like the way you talked to me right now," I'll get it done. Instead of me owning up to my emotion, reaction.
You and I are two different people. Because me, I would just be like, "Oh yeah, I forgot to clean the fucking table. I'll go do it." I don't really talk back. In my
Breaking
head though,
news.
in my head, I'm having a whole argument. This fucking bitch. You know what? You
Breaking
cleaned the
news.
fucking table. Have you ever
Father
had
of
that?
three found riding on the opposite lane of traffic.
Dude, there have been times. There have been times. Just swerve this car. Just an inch and a half to the left. I don't have to go to work today. It's easy. It's super easy. Do you get those intrusive? Does everybody get those weird
I
intrusive
think
thoughts?
everybody gets intrusive thoughts, bro. It's just one of those things, You see that ramp, you see the ramp trucks on the side. You're like, you pull up behind that ramp truck with the cars. You're like, I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna hit
Right, right. No, speaking of ramps, there are these I live up here in
it.
middle of the woods in the mountains.
Bigfoot.
And yes, this is the Bigfoot capital of the world. Um, but on some of these long drops when you're coming down one of the mountains, they got these runaway truck ramps. It's just a steep, it's about that steep. I shit you not. And it's covered with just feet of loose gravel. So if your truck is going downhill and the brakes
Just
fail,
yeah.
you can get right in there, pull right off. And dude, every time I see one, I'm just like, man, one of these days I'm just gonna go like that. 'Cause I want to see what it feels like. But I know my car is gonna get stuck like 9 fucking inches deep into this shit.
That's like me driving through water and be like, I wonder what it's like to hydroplane.
Oh shit. I've done it once. It's not fun.
Oh
I
my
was once
god.
going through a freeway and the oncoming traffic was like that. And it was pouring rain, and this semi truck hit a patch of water and it threw it onto my windshield, and it covered it for like 4 or 5 seconds while my wipers were just going. I couldn't see shit. It was one of the scariest experiences I've ever had
I
driving
imagine
a car.
so, dude. I imagine
I've had like
so.
3 accidents, bro.
Dang,
One of them
dude.
I was flipped on my top.
Really?
Yeah. I was
Damn,
going to
dude.
work. I was actually working at a radio station. It was a Sunday morning. I'll never forget. I was driving my RAV4, little
Yeah, I know the
buggy,
round for you.
and I'll be damned. I'm going, and as I'm going through this light, it was green. I know it was green. I saw the green. I never run reds. Boom! I feel this hit right here on the passenger back end. I end up on my side because I'm going. I'm doing 35 through the light. That's the speed limit. And she plows me. I end up on my side, and then as I'm scraping, like I'm here, and I can look to my left and see the street scraping against my car, like 5 inches away from my face.
Damn,
And
dude.
then I can just feel my car come up onto its top, and I'm hanging upside down. My seatbelt's on. And what do I do? What do I do?
Turn the radio up.
I was listening to Metallica. That's no joke.
Keep
There's a song that I will
on.
never listen to again of theirs because I was
Oh
just
man.
bad luck for me. Speaking of
PTSD, bro.
superstition, what did I do? I unbuckled my seatbelt. Dude, I felt like a sack of potatoes on my neck. Crawled out of the car because I don't know if the fucking thing's going to explode on me.
Well, yeah, I mean that's like that's it. You got to do it. Like, why would you sit in your vehicle upside down, let the blood rush to your head?
Yeah, right.
Just,
But it still hurt when I hit.
I imagine you didn't expect
Like,
it. It was the
dude,
last thing on your mind. Gravity.
fuck gravity. I hate gravity. I love gravity, and it's a hate love relationship. But so I go over to her car because I see her car over there, and it's crunched to shit. And it's like an old Lincoln, like one of the long fucking old Lincolns.
Lincoln Town
I
Car.
walk over, and here's this old lady, and she's like in her late 80s. Her fingers are glued to the steering wheel, fucking knuckle white. And I was like, "Ma'am, are you okay?" And she looked at me and she goes, "He ran the red light." And I'm like, "Oh, this bitch did not just say that to me. This bitch." So by
Dude,
now, like 3 or 4 cars that were kind of in the area, because it was like 6 o'clock on a Sunday morning. Like I said, I'm going to the radio station to go do my 8 a.m. I did an 8 till 2. And I'm sure she was going to church or some shit. I don't know. And she just banged it. So what I found out is that in the last 6 months, she had been in like 4 accidents. So that's why she was like, "He ran the red light." Like that was her defense because she knew. And it was her insurance agent that called me and it was like, we're just gonna settle. You can go ahead and call your insurance. And I don't know why they just didn't call my directly, but they actually talked to me. And they were like, "Yeah, we're just gonna settle. She shouldn't. I think she's gonna lose her license over this." I'm like, "Okay, cool. Thank you. Bye. I don't need to know this. Just pay for my fucking car."
that's crazy.
Although I took that money and I bought my first car. It was a 2000 Mustang, brand new, 14 miles.
Hell yeah. Boy, was revving up the lights.
And I've had sports cars ever since. I got
There
a
you
Dodge
go.
Charger right now. I love that shit.
There we go.
You're a
Dude,
truck guy, aren't you?
I'm like what gets me to work guy. At this point, at this age of my life, dude, at this point, I'm just get me to work. Just get me to work.
Give me to work.
Whatever is less on gas, just get me there.
Fair enough.
You know?
Could you ever see yourself owning a Prius?
No. No. Tesla,
No.
maybe. Prius, no.
Oh man. Teslas are, so I don't understand when you see those charging stations, do you pay for that energy that comes into your car like gas or is that free?
I think
Like,
it's
do they
free,
have your
man.
card on account?
I think it's like I want to say if is it a membership that you got to pay for like every month
I
to
don't
be able
know.
to use their charging stations, or maybe like an extended warranty package you buy to be able to use Tesla. You know,
Yeah,
maybe that's
well, I
like
mean, you have to be able to use them, right? Otherwise, how would you charge your car if you're
yeah. But I think they gotta make some kind of money off of it. You know what I'm saying? They're not just out there
Oh,
giving
of
away
course.
electricity for free. So
Although they can afford to.
yeah, right. But going back to what you said about the Bigfoot capital of the world is where you live,
Oh
right?
yeah. I
No,
got
it's
I
just
got a
something that
lady
popped
here in
up in my
town that
head.
will swear up and down and tell you a story about the time that her and her mom came face to face with the Bigfoot and it growled in her face and ran off into the fucking forest.
It just came up red.
They were on. She said they were camping on this. I live up here by the Smith River. It's actually the cleanest river in America. Beautiful
Really?
river. Yeah, beautiful river. Like I said, I'm up here in the mountains, like in the forest here. Well, not in the mountains, but the mountains are not too far away. I live on
Yeah.
the beach. But dude, she says she was out camping on the Smith River with her mom, and they heard some shit in the middle of the night, and they opened the tent, and they like had the flashlight, and they moved the flashlight around, and it was like right there, and it was like rah, and ran off into the woods. Like when they
Jesus.
turned the flashlight on it, I guess it's scary. I don't know. I don't know.
Golly.
She's old, and I don't know if I believe these people. There was one guy who swore that he saw Bigfoot in town. I'm like, shut that fuck up.
He was buying shoes, dude. You know, they need some sandals.
It's size shoes as a Bigfoot wear.
Big ones, I
They're
guess.
big,
Dude,
big
that's
ones.
crazy. Um, but we were talking about gambling earlier, dude. We were talking about
Yeah.
the advancements with AI and how virtual gambling is kind of this thing. Um, my thing is going into like the metaverse. Like you said, you made that comment of like putting on your Oculus and being in that world.
In that casino, yeah.
Yeah, in that casino, dude. Do you think it'll ever get to a point where we're like doing other things like shopping, virtual stores?
You mean like going in, like wearing your Oculus, going into a mall,
I'll tell you.
shopping
Okay,
for a
so this
shirt, and
I
it shows up here, or
so
it shows up for your character in the
for
game?
years I've had this idea, and I probably pitched this idea before. I don't remember. Of being able to scan your body, being able to
Mm-hmm.
scan your body, right? Going in and getting a 3D scan of yourself, and then putting yourself or uploading yourself into the metaverse, your body, your size, everything, and being able to try clothes on,
And then having them shipped to your door.
and then having them shipped to you,
I think it's a wise idea.
right?
I think it's a great idea.
You could use that. You could pitch that. You could actually pitch that to companies to get them to pay you to use your software,
To advertise. Yeah. Oh, shit.
right? And the thing about it is the way that it would work. And anybody that does this, if you do this, send me a little check. You know, send me a little check. But the way you could do this is you set up stations, right? You set up stations like Apple stores, whatever you want to call it, scan store, whatever, and you go in.
Scan
And
store.
yeah, so you go in, right, and you pay them to scan your body, and they give you your file with your body and your measurements and everything on it. And you take that, you upload it to whatever you're doing, and then that's what it is. So you have these little pods, you have these little stations all around the world where you can go and get scanned. Now they
Dude, I
have
think
these
you
scan
got
machines
something
because
with
I looked
this.
into them. And I think the cheapest one is like 18,000. They're used for medical though. They're used for like
Oh, yeah,
hospitals
yeah.
and stuff to scan like full 3D.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all the way
MRI?
around. Yeah, no, I don't think they're MRIs. They're all like full body scans though,
Okay.
and they yeah, but they use them. But yeah, I was looking at it, and I don't like this has been in my mind for like years. I want to say like 4 or 5 years now, 6 years. It's been in there. I come up with these ideas all the time. I had the capital, and I had people just be like, "Get on that, go do that." We'd be rich.
Oh, you mean like Elon Musk?
Yeah, if I could just be like throw Elon Musk some ideas and just throw me in check every once in a while.
Like, does he actually invent anything, or does he pay people to invent shit for him?
I
Like, did
mean,
he come up with
hey,
how to make the Tesla work, or
what did Elon Musk actually invent?
I don't know. Hey, I feel like Joe Rogan. Hey, Jamie, can you look that up for us?
Yeah, right.
By the way, while you're looking that up, guys, Spicy cut his hair. I got no more hair. Look at this. Spicy's bald.
Zip2 invented arguably the first ever electronic city guide. This was
For
his
what?
first software company. He wrote the software himself. Zip2.
Okay. It was a city guide.
Yeah.
So he wrote a blog.
Dude.
That's not groundbreaking.
It is a find a business near you, get directions, get a map, shop online. Okay. So it's like Google. So yeah, okay, I see it.
All
I'll
right,
show you
whatever.
right here. I'll show you so you see what I see, my boy.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to argue with that. You got to start somewhere. And if it's small and somebody's in, oh, look at this.
So you see?
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, that doesn't look like it was made in 1991.
Right?
Holy crap. Is that still Windows 3.1?
But yeah, it's just like a search
Welcome.
engine. Okay.
You've got mail.
That's crazy. All right, guys. It looks like we are running out of time here, guys. We have hit the hour mark. We appreciate you guys sticking around and enjoying it, guys. As always, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and share. All right.
Yeah,
And if you
do it.
enjoy this content and want to see more of the future content that we got coming out, go to YouTube, check out all of our previous content, all of our previous shows, and some of our shows that you won't see anywhere else at the PNS Studios. All right.
It's easy.
Simple as that, right? And
Simple as that.
Is that right? And if you got Twitch, make sure you subscribe. We need that. We need that money.
Twitch, YouTube, all of it, man. Every little bit helps. Go in, leave comments in the YouTubes. That means a lot to us too. I like to read the comments. Every once in a while, we get some cool ones. We don't get a lot of comments, so blow that box up, will you? Man, that sounds like my honeymoon. Anyway, we should go.
As always, I'm Fat.
I'm Spicy.
And this is the Phat and Spicy Show.
Good.